Let's talk life tonight, man.
Hold on, man. Have you seen these games? Come on.
I guess we could talk life and sports betting. What is going on, people? Welcome to the first episode of Life and Betting. This is our new podcast series that we are launching here at Major Playz Sports Betting, and it's going to give us an opportunity to talk about the topics in the handicapping world that no one's necessarily talking about, Talking about life and reverting it back to handicapping in some way. We're going to put a clever spin on this show. It's going to be fun. We're going to release an episode hopefully every single week going forward. And hopefully we'll be able to bring some different guests on. It's going to be really a fun, different show that, I don't think anybody's doing right now. So, I think it's going to be great, man.
Yeah. And I'm Lapapa.
Yeah.
And I'm coming in hot.
Yes.
And that is life and betting, not life in betting, life and betting.
Life and betting. Yes, sir. So I said in the first podcast episode 0, if you go and listen to that one, just a little intro into basically who we are as a brand. This is basically going to be who we are, just in having a conversation about it. The co-founder of the brand is here, Lapaps, my guy. It's going to be an intro into who we are, how we got into the game, not necessarily tackling any life topics in this one, just basically giving you guys an intro into who we are very quickly. These are only going to be short little episodes, 15 to 25 minutes tops, and let's just get into it, man. Why don't you start off? How did you get into the handicapping business?
All right, man. So, I've been a sports guy almost my whole life, but gambling was a hobby of mine as well, but not sports gambling. I never got into that really early on, but I was a casino guy when I turned 21. Went there for about 3-4 years pretty religiously, which is not a good thing. I don't recommend to do it. The house always wins. But
sadly,
you learn from your mistakes. So I approached kind of sports betting. I felt like I had more control. I had more. I could research on my own. I knew the game well, so I was like, you know what? I think I have better odds doing this instead of whatever the cards fall. So I started getting into sports betting, and you were always on that too. So you kind of kept mentioning it to me. I was like, you know what? Now that it's legalized in Illinois, I could do some DraftKings. I've used DraftKings before. I did the daily fantasies, but I was like, why not just dive into some sports betting? You have fun with it. You learn something new every week. At first I didn't even know what a spread was. You had you explain that to me about 3-4 times. I just getting confused with the plus, the minus. And then, once you finally learn the little, there's so many little side bets you can do too. It gets wild. And the more you know about the game, the more you want to bet. And if you put the homework in, you take the time of your day and just really hone in on some games, you can make some serious cash, man.
You can. You're 100% right, man. And you're getting at the basic idea of that in sports betting. We would like to certainly think, based upon our research, that we have a better angle into, all right, I think I have an edge here in a certain game where I can make some money and defeat the book, defeat the casino, defeat the odds. That's what we're all trying to do here. And I couldn't agree more. You know me in casinos, man. We went to the first casino. We took a little trip in Arizona a few months back here. And we went to the casino for the first time together.
Yes. Didn't we go to one in Aurora? No, we never went.
We planned on doing it, but we never did it. And when we were in Arizona, we were like, all right, we're on vacation. Why not? It's a fun thing to do late at night.
Real nice casino, too.
Beautiful.
We had to check it out.
Beautiful spot. And, you know me, man. I was very lenient on throwing any cash in. I just
Couldn't do it.
Irks me.
You spent more than I thought. I was shocked.
Like,
he's digging in the wallet again.
Well, what happened was we said, all right, we're gonna go for a couple hours. Here it goes. It's fucking 6 hours.
Dude, I'm telling you, time just accelerates when you're in there.
No clocks.
It's nuts.
No clocks.
No
pumping
windows.
That oxygen, man. I've never breathed better than that when I was in that grimy casino with a bunch
Cures your asthma, man.
You're right. It's unbelievable. But I did spend way more than I wanted to that night, and I lost. I lost everything I came with. I think you ended up the whole night plus $20.
Dude, yeah, just back and forth. I mean, at one point I was down a few hundred, then I bounced back, and then you're like, "What the hell happened to all your winnings?" I'm like, I get nuts when I'm over there. That's why I don't go. I don't have no control. And when I said, you have more control over sports betting, you kind of don't, because you don't know what could happen with the players being out or bad calls, but whatever. But you just have more, you could do more research and just, you know what I mean?
You feel like you're more in control of what you're doing.
Exactly.
Because, especially with things being legalized now on DraftKings or FanDuel, they give you that cash out option, which is so, ridiculous. Like I've always had like a local guy who doesn't have those types of features before it was legal. How I got into the game. My dad had a guy, and he would teach me these things when I was very young. I mean, obviously I wasn't betting, but, we'd be at Lambeau Field for a 3 o'clock game for the Packers, and we're sitting there eating a brat and watching a game that my dad bet on, on the little screens above, like, the food huts and stuff like that. And we'd be winning money, and my dad be winning money. So that's how I kind of got in and introduced to the sports betting world. And then once I was able to, get hooked up with a guy, I ended up started to place my own wagers. But they don't give that feature. Those local guys don't give that cash out feature. So, I mean, when there are guys that go out in the games, NBA especially, you could just cash out of the play. Maybe you'll take a small little loss or wait for the game and hopefully they go up and then you can cash out, get all your money back. But it's a really decent spot. But
you taught me a lot about money management, and you taught me the whole unit system.
Yeah.
But with my gambling pass, literally you tell me all this good information. I should really sink it in, but it literally goes in one ear, out the other, dude. Because I sometimes I just have no control.
Yeah. You're a chaser.
I chase a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better. You could admit.
You are 100% getting better. Your chasing ways are going out the window. And, with the unit system and the money management aspect of sports betting, it's such a big thing. And we'll get into more of these topics as we go on in this series. Like I said, an episode will be dropping one a week, hopefully, from now until, till we see fit. But the money
we die.
Until we die, yeah. We're here and you got to listen to us until we die. So strap in. But the time management the money management aspect of things really allows you to grow your bankroll, not chase and do those different things. But it takes discipline, man. It takes discipline. And you're definitely getting better about it. And that was the whole thing, I mean, when we started this whole brand idea started, we were all having these conversations as friends, I mean, every time we go out, we're either playing a sport or we're talking about it when we were younger. And
Always.
then as soon as things got legal, it's like, okay, we're in Chicago. We love these games. I was doing it before it was legal. Don't tell anybody listening. But, now that it was, it's like, okay, well, now we have different options. We got different books. We can line shop. We could do some different things. Everybody and their grandmother was on Bovado back in the day. That was the great overseas book, and now they've probably lost a lot of clients. But, I mean, it was something that we were all having a conversation about, all we're talking about. So why not share our ideas? Why not jump on a podcast platform? Why not jump on YouTube? And I was sitting in my 9-to-5 job, and I just came up with this idea. I'm like, let's do a sports betting brand, sports betting community. And we've grown very well, very happy with our following right now, and we're creating more content now to push forward, gain more followers, gain more people that like our content. And we're branching out into some different things. And this is kind of the first thing that we're doing as a branch out kind of piece of content here.
Yeah, just remember, we're more than just sports betting, man. We're going to be offering a lot more, and we got so much content ideas that
we do
coming soon. We're working on them as we speak. So
we really are. We're taking so much time out of our personal lives and work lives and all that different stuff to be able to do this, because we really see a vision for this brand. We see just a great platform here to express more than just picks, and that's the thing that we want to do, and that's the whole idea of this series. And even the more content that's going to be coming is it's more than just picks. Anybody can give you a pick. My pick, let's be honest, is just as good as yours. We can look at the same things, and you can be on an opposite side of me. You got an angle here, I got an angle here. And I'm not taking any credit away from anybody that buys picks from anybody, or that people that sell picks. You do you grind. Maybe we'll get into that if we get better at handicapping. We're not the greatest handicappers, and that's why we offer all of our picks and content for free as of right now.
I remember, comparing ourselves to the big name guys, we went blind one time. We just looked at the whole slate. We chose 2-3 games we liked, and we looked at his spots, and we're like, holy shit, we were right there with them.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're right.
We're not that bad.
We're not that bad. I don't give us enough credit for our skills. We have our strong suits. We have our sports. You're NBA. I'm NFL. Mm-hmm. We like to branch out because of the brand now. We want to be on all sports, and it's kind of bitten us in the butt a little bit this year. It really has. NBA has not been kind to me.
It's obvious, too. My most profitable is NBA. Your most profitable was NFL.
It's very obvious when you really look at the numbers.
And baseball, I think we're both just kind of first year for us doing it. So
we're moseying.
We're dabbling.
Yeah.
And then just hockey was a little disappointing.
Very tricky this year. Very, very tricky with the scheduling, and after COVID and everything, teams were playing each other like it was a damn playoff series. 4, 5, 6 games in a row. Are you kidding me? How do you cap that? How do you get an edge? I mean, they're sitting in the same city for 5 days out of the week. I mean, that's like 2 home ice things, especially with there's no fans. So, it's been tricky, but definitely my best sport is NFL. Yours is NBA. But as this brand goes on, obviously we're educating ourselves on more sports and growing with our following, and that's the whole idea. And, we kind of got off topic into who we are and how we got into the game.
I was going to say, I was like, what topic are we on now? But we branched out a little bit.
Well, I mean, our story of why we started the brand is kind of small, so offering a little bit extra stuff. But to close it off, I told the Pops we were at a Bulls game, if you remember. And I got to release this video because it's one of the funniest videos we've ever done. I haven't done it yet. But we were at a Bulls game. We went to Bulls Portland, and we're sitting in the seats, and I'm running him through this idea. And he's like, dude, it sounds great. Let's do it. And, after months went by, equipment needed to be bought, things needed to be put in place, and we finally started it, and we couldn't be more happy to have started it. And, we are trying to do our best to pick winners and produce great sports betting content.
I think eventually, when we can make it big, you got to release that video of the birth. Like the little 1 year anniversary or something. Yes. We're over a year, but like a 5-year anniversary or something.
Yeah, something like that. You're right. It's a great video, and it shows our personalities off for sure.
That was all you. You were nuts.
I was nuts. Yeah,
I was just laughing in the background.
Yeah, but you facilitated it so well, and that's another thing. A little background into who we are. I mean, we're best friends. And we, talk and entertain, and we do this, we laugh, and we do this outside of the camera. Who we are on camera, who we are on the podcast is us. We are 100% authentic.
I don't think they've fully seen the 100% us.
And they haven't. They haven't. It takes time. It takes time when you're creating content, it takes time to to really be able to facilitate everything that you are on one video or 2 videos or 3 videos. And it's kind of came out more, and we've been blessed to have been connected with so many great people who are in this industry trying to do the same thing as us. And they have been loving us, and our following's been loving us, and we can't be more excited to bring who we are into this industry and continue to grow and continue to produce high quality content within this space.
And I remember first show I did, I was so nervous, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, it took me at least almost 10 videos to finally get over the nervousness.
It's tough.
It was tough. Man.
It's tough sometimes, but you've been doing great, man. And now we're branching off. Now we got this podcast series that we're going to be doing. And we might have more podcast series, but right now we're going to focus on this one. And we might have more guests on here to talk about their life and betting. And we're going to have different crazy topics on here. It's going to be a show that we can talk about actual life and, maybe revert it to sports betting, maybe even not. Why not? Let's just talk about life. What handicappers out there are talking life? You don't really get a glimpse into their life. We're being 100% transparent, and we want to open up that door in this industry. And if we can be the brand that does that, fantastic. Fantastic. I couldn't be more excited about this podcast series. Do you have any closing notes before we sign off here?
Not much, but I mean, we touched a lot of things, and we're going to try revolutionizing the industry.
No doubt. No doubt. It's such an industry that's really in its infancy because, last thing here, you got your old heads in the game, that have been sports betting with a local guy their whole life. So they've been on Bovado, but it hasn't been legalized. There's a stigma, and we're going to talk about all this in different episodes. The stigma around gambling, the stigma around being a sports bettor. Do you hide what you do from loved ones? Do you not tell them you're a gambler or a sports bettor? Do you consider yourself a gambler if you're a sports bettor? There's very different stigmas that go on, and why not be the brand that talks about all that and talks about all the different things that go into a life in this sports betting world? And it's such an infancy stage because it's just being legalized. There's only a couple states, and I presume in the next 2-3 years, hopefully before, all 50 states are going to be legalized. They have to. It's such a revenue moneymaker for states.
Oh yeah, they'll realize it.
No doubt. And as everything gets legalized and as the infancy goes away, it's going to be great. And why not have a brand and a platform that's talking about different topics than everybody else is? And hopefully it takes off. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content. Quick little listen. We're going to try and not go long on any of these podcasts.
Could be hard for Mike.
Could be hard. I talk a lot. Sometimes you just gotta shut me up. Whack you back of that. Sometimes you just gotta shut me up. But we are going to be on all major. Well, we are on all major podcast platforms. That's Apple, Spotify, Google, and I might even be forgetting a few. Our host link is going to be up on all of our social medias. This is the first episode that we are going to actually be telling everybody that we launched this podcast, and it is going to be up on all major podcast platforms, and the video version will always be up on YouTube. So I am done rambling. Everybody stay looking good, stay looking fresh, and we will see you guys in the next Life and Betting podcast.